know you're excited to explore, but first things first. Use our key swatch with a loom gate in the mire, so that it's easy to return.
Right. I'll check the maps.
Perfect. I can see the connection. We'll be able to come back whenever we'd like.
Without having to trek through all the mud.
The beauty of instantaneous travel. Keys watches are an ingenious system for connecting loom gates together. My darling, I suspect the way the...
Stop, little good.
Should I come back later? I did...
Sorry, Bryn. Sometimes we get lost in our little world.
But, since you're here, I was actually hoping to speak with both you and Sola.
Oh?
I don't know if you know this, but my wife is an extremely talented smith who was apprenticed under a variety...
Well, a revolving door of mentors doesn't exactly facilitate the...
Oh, details. You've made more of your varied experience than most could... Anyway, I know you always hoped to further your education with the so I asked Lane to look into whether or not any Tarmakine smithing was ever practiced here in the Enclave.
Oh, doll. You shouldn't have.
What could be more pressing than helping my wife fulfill her lifelong dreams? As luck would have it, there were Tarmakine smiths.
Really?
Perhaps our daring point might be able to keep a lookout for anything those smiths...
I mean, if it's too much trouble...
Of course. I'd be happy to help.
Perfect. I'll leave you to discuss the detail.
Anything in particular I should look for?
The Tarmakine smithing techniques are exceptionally complex. It might be too much to hope for anything close to a... I'd take anything you can find.
You might be in luck. I found a schematic, as well as a set of engraved metal plates.
Yes! This schematic is for a Tarmakine helm, and the plate...
Could we forge a helm using the schematic?
Maybe.
Tarmakind helm is beautiful, Sola.
I am honestly kind of proud of myself right now. Like I said, this style is a lost art. I know it's just a small piece, but I'm feeling on top of the world right now.
As you should. This is pretty cool.
Before my mentor, Hilda, passed away, and my apprenticeship was cut short, I always saw myself specifically to pass on the Tarmakind techniques and prevent them. Feels like... Obviously that dream died with Hilda. It's been like...
With that helm, you've brought Tarmakind back to life. This dream of yours looks far from dead where I'm standing.
You're not entirely wrong. I guess I just haven't considered...
You can do anything you set your mind to, Sola.
You're right. I'm pretty awesome like that.
That's the spirit.
This has all given me a lot to think about. It's going to look great. Oh, good. I caught you both.
We are thoroughly caught, love.
I can't stop thinking about the Tarmakind helm we forged, Brit. I'd written off my early training as a lost cause, but...
We'll search high and low, Solar.
Yes. Oh, I, just need to tend to the...
Always so diligent about her forge.
I don't think that was about her forge, Dom.
Oh?
I'm not sure what, but something's bothering her. Just a word to the wise.
Bryn, you are a very good friend. But this may prove... I need you to do some harvesting. Pushing your magic into the pattern of a great... This is a critical step for any point. We can only do so much from defeated foes. To push your own...
Long overdue.
Our target will be an Ash Peak Drake. Strands torn from their patterns will allow you to conjure gouts of...
Our?
Like all things up and tackles, it's a team effort. Whenever, as a bonus, there are byproducts that I...
Win-win. I get magical powers, you get husband.
We know they've been flying in the skies above Dredger's Mire. It's just a matter of tracking one down and...
My first Drake harvest.
Warriors win the cover soon.
Harvesting. Such an intriguing term for so critical a task.
Why do we call it that, anyway?
My favorite explanation is that it implies a thoughtfulness. When we harvest a creature, we pull something out of its essence. It is, fundamentally, violent, but we harvest predators, ones that pose a threat to us. There are peaceful or merely territorial creatures that use magic, but Weaver custom is to...
That makes sense. I like that we're selective about it.
Further, Weavers do not seek to eradicate these creatures, merely keep them in check. Slaughter them all and we not only lose access to more strands, but also risk disrupting the ecosystem. You've heard of Renland's famed attempt to cull their Akala population and the mass loss of crops due to too many deer? Yet, same thing. Even something as wild as an Ash Peak Drake plays a role in the world.
Lot of memories come rushing back when I think about Tom.
Good or bad ones?
Both. And sounds. The guiding tap my mentor would do before every... Here. Slower. Faster. Breathe with me.
Sounds a little relentless.
No more than the combat drills you and Oreo have done. It's all making your muscles carve a groove so deep the action is automatic.
You miss it?
Not all. I missed the stability of a school. And I missed that crusty old battle axe of a mentor. Still, maybe this is my chance.
Bryn, do you have a moment?
For my favorite lawkeeper? Absolutely.
I'm the only lawkeeper here, though.
Yes. Doesn't mean you aren't my favorite. So, what do you need?
What was it? Oh, yes. I'm looking to do some experiments with alchemical reagents, and...
That sounds like something I could help with. What's the experiment?
I won't waste your time with specifics. I just think it'll produce something helpful, if my hypothesis is correct.
Well, my last lawkeeper sent me out all the time for herbs.
Oh. No, that makes sense, then. Yes. Sorry. I think I can help...
After what happened in the Veil Shadow, any improvement to the scroll...
Exactly. I noticed that she needs a break before guiding you again. The tangles were so bad in the shadow, she couldn't use the wisp.
The scry has been better inside the Enclave. But we shouldn't take any chances.
There's a plant that only grows here in the Enclave. It expresses a clarifying magical essence. I think I can use it to strengthen Oria's connection with the scry.
That'd be really helpful.
I think so too. Now...
Where can I find the plan?
Oh, Right. At night, in the outskirts, they glow, so you won't be able to identify. And I believe they mostly grow in clusters near bodies of water. Not rivers, but...
Go to the outskirts at night and grab some glowing plants near bodies of water.
Well, they have a more accurate name than that. I won't overcomplicate it. But which refers to a moment in the Enclave's history early on, when their second leader, Diane Ramenos, was elected by unanimous vote. She was the right person at the right time for the Enclave and brokered several extreme...
The more you talk, the longer you'll...
Sorry, yes, please, go. One moment, Bryn. I just need to write this down. Stir twice clockwise, filter the sediment, put... Good. Now, I was after some ingredients to enhance the Watcher's Wisp. Is that correct?
Don't worry. No problems there. I know we chatted before, but I wanted to learn more about you.
Well, I came from Judea. Oh, there's more to my family. I'm my father's third child, but I have 3 siblings. I was fairly close to 2 of them. The firstborn is 12 years older than me and never had...
Was that hard on you?
It was normal to be in that situation, I'd say. By the time I was old enough to hold a conversation, took after my mother in that regard. Hold on, I need to write something down. To do. Investigate why Sola keeps borrowing moisturizing cream from Dom.
Big list of tasks you've got.
Like you wouldn't believe.
I've never been to Judea. Can you
Bryn, respectfully, I like to think I'm an open book. As I said, I have quite a big list of tasks to complete.
Of course. Catch... So, Sola explained to me that she can forge new gear with the resources I... Did you want to take a cut of my finds before I hand material...
What? No.
My last point. Aaron used to take most...
I'm beginning to suspect he was even worse than I thought. How...
When I was 19, Aaron's band came to my town in Carlhaven. They had taken a wrong turn in the mountains and wouldn't make the trek out without restocking on supplies.
Of course, Aaron's navigation skills were inadequate.
Yeah. Anyway, our merch Khanhanders were still paranoid about strangers in the wake of... So his caravan was stranded for a few days. I took it as an opportunity to learn as much about... Aaron wouldn't give me the time of day, so I began talking with their enchantress, Pelagia, instead.
That can't have made you popular in your town.
It didn't. But I knew an opportunity like this wasn't... I cut a deal with Aaron. If I bought the supplies they needed on their behalf, I could leave... Unfortunately, people saw me supplying their caravan. When I went home to pack, there was talk that my mother might lose her position as a Dalrad over my actions. We argued until nearly midnight. My father tried to mediate, but I remember just collapsing on my bed after that fight. I was heartbroken but under my pillow, I found a mantle and a note from Pelagia telling me where they were headed in the hopes that I might catch. So I packed. I was almost at the door when I realized my dad was still smoking his pipe.
Did he try to stop you?
No. He just told me that if I wrote often to tell them I was safe, my mother would forgive me. Then we hugged for a long time. It took everything I... In a few days, I caught up to Aaron's caravan. My life in Carlhaven disappeared over...
I was born into the world of weaving and magic. But so many like you need to desert their past. Do you ever regret it?
It might sound cold, but no. I just... Not that I fit with Aaron's band either, but once I started going on expedition...
However rocky, the road did lead you to us in the...
Exactly. Ever since my last night in Carlhaven,
My mother always said all we can do is learn from the past. Everything you went through with Aaron will make sense someday. I'm...